Hello, everyone. It's your man Spin Nation here to the Formula and Riders Up. Tim, how are you guys?
I'm doing well, Sean. How you doing?
Doing. Oh,
Your volume was a little low there, Formula. We could hear you, but you're a little low.
All right, I'll fix that.
is that new mic and everything?
We know the mic works. He's just got the volume turned down.
Yeah, exactly. And welcome to everybody here in the Cocktail Lounge. We're heading up to Woodbine tonight to attack it with the vengeance tonight. We got Armchair, we got Bobby D, we got Uncle Sully, we got Colin Sheehan, and we got Alex. We even have Jackie Davis up at Woodbine tonight riding for a couple of races. She was just in the last race, which is exciting. I don't ever remember my friend getting up there but it's exciting for a Canadian adventure. So excited to see that. So excitement on a Thursday. And is it snowing for both of you?
Snowing for me. Don't know if you can hear me right now. You can.
Yes, much better.
Oh, much better. I didn't do much. Yeah, it's snowing for me right now. It stopped for a little bit, but it definitely accumulated and changed the drive a bit.
Yeah, we've got some flurries down here. At times it looks a little heavier than others, but the air temperature is cold enough for it to snow, but the ground temperature is not cold enough for it to stick. We get a little bit in the grass, but absolutely nothing on the roads.
There you go. And we're getting rain. We're getting rain and cold up here, but no snow yet up here in balmy Boston. Exactly. So, yeah. So.
But and there's our early for snow. I'm not ready for this.
I hear you. Exactly. And race 4, we got 14 minutes coming up. Armchair saying the wind is making the cold so much worse too in Kentucky.
Yes, it is. Yeah, when I was finishing up at school today, it said the air temperature was 37 and it felt like 21.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a big difference.
That's about what it is right here, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. So the 4th race is the one we'll be starting for anyone who hasn't been here. We start with $100 bankroll, and we go through the races, and each one of us takes the final say on one of the races. Usually Riders Up Tim starts with the first one. And Travis Max had actually put on a jacket this morning, Tim. Exactly. So there's where you're going. And the 4th race is 5.5 furlongs. Maiden optional claiming 25,000. Purse 49.2. State breds for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds, Ontario sired maidens. Exactly. There we go. So, and we have a full field of 8. I don't think we have any scratches here. No, we do not.
Doesn't look like it.
That is good. So.
There are a bunch of jockey changes today too that I noticed that I had to account for multiple times.
Yeah, some jockey changes, including our friend Jackie Davis.
Yep, she's in a bunch. Sophia had to check out because she was racing at Aqueduct today.
Yeah, she won race 3 at Aqueduct for Robert Falcone, and then had trouble getting back with her flight. So that she was intending to ride, but
I was shocked that she was intending to ride because that's not a whole lot of gap.
Competitor she is.
Yeah. She tried.
So we have a full field of 7 here. And if you guys want me to, I will start here on this journey. Sure. And what do you call it? So we have a very weird odds board right now on the fact that the 4 was 9. I mean, the 3 is 9 to 5 is 7 to 2. The favorite right now is the 1 perfectly red for Robert Tiller. Now, Robert Tiller very rarely rides Sahin Savachi, but anytime you get the leading rider on your horse, that can only help your cause. And so far, this has been the Austin Adams trifecta. So far, he's swept all the first 3 races of the card. So good for you, Austin. Man, as he come on in the last couple of months, he is just absolutely taken on top with a new sense of confidence, which is great. But okay,
reevaluate him then in my my.
Oh yeah, he is absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. So the first one that I'm looking for is the interest. The Sirius Green ran. I mean, they thought highly of this horse. He ran in the Muskogee on the synthetic, on the virtual Queen, Victoria Queen on the turf. Um, El Barrow, for those guys who don't know, he was the one who won the big race with Keve, with Wicked Django. And this is great. He was 0 for 29 heading into that race. So what better way to end your winning streak than get a grade 2 to your name? So exactly. So hopefully he's looking to bring that mojo with him. And I think this 3 is a serious contender for sure. I like the 6, Motown Funk, and here's Austin Adams again. This was before he won the 3 in a row. This race last time, he was off the rail and it was really wide on the turn against the optional 40s, and I just think that he just had no chance. He was so wide. But his first races versus the maiden specials really weren't that bad. So if he can find a way to get back versus this group, as I always say, right sandbox, right group of friends. I think he's finally found the right group to play in the sandbox with. So I think the 6 is to me the horse to beat. Then Sirius Green, obviously Barrow and Fukumoto trying to get his mojo continuing. This horse just missed last time versus Gamble on Love. And he got bumped at the break twice and still held on. So I think he could be good. And third, I went with, just for a long shot, I went for the Blue Unicorn, Darwin Bannock and Abley. Usually doesn't win, but Bannock is not known as and improbables don't usually win first time, but I thought maybe he could sneak in the money. So in this race, I was 6, then 3, then 4.
Yeah, this is a field full of firsters.
I know, yeah. Armchairs, look at that. Armchair's taking a shot with the 6 and the 6 and the 1, 6, 1, 3, 4. Ha! Armchair and I are thinking alike. Yeah. Yeah. Uncle Sully's riding with Adams until he knocks him off. Bobby D's got a 2-6 with 5-8-1 and win on the 8 and the 6.
Look at those odds. Look how even everything is. The
I
lowest
know,
is 3,
huh?
the highest is 10.
That's what we
The
like.
8 opened at 20. We have no scratches.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, so I'll go through my list then.
Yep.
My top pick here was the 6 actually. Was the 6.
Yep.
So 5 to
Yep.
1 on my top pick. Not too shabby. So for all the things that you mentioned, coming down in class, I've got here on both the 6 and the 3. I'll put them both together. The 6 and the 3 are my top 2 plays, 6 being my number 1. Both of them coming down in class here. As you noted, I believe both came from a stakes race, right? Or no, one came from, the 3 came from a couple stakes races.
Yep.
And then maiden special weight races for the 6 a few previous races ago. So that's why I've got those 2 as my top plays. And then just hunting around, my next play up is going to be the 2. So we're looking at a firster here, but in terms of everything, if you look at workouts, I do like it when they run a little bit further, especially when they're younger. A 5 furlong workout at 61 seconds doesn't set the world on fire, but I look for little notes like that. Buttigieg being the trainer, the jockey's Morin. It gives you that whole jockey trainer sire combination here. Reload is the sire? Yeah, Reload the sire. I've got like a 7-7, which is a pretty strong sire rating.
He's one of the biggest sires in Canada. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, for Woodbine, I've got him as one of the top ones. So a lot of things to like about the 2, having not seen him race before. Getting 6 to 1 on the 2 right now, I think that's some pretty strong value. If I'm going to give you a 4th play, let's see, who am I going to give you as the 4th one? This is tricky because you got to start comparing apples to oranges here with firsters versus horses that may not be as good as some of those firsters, but they have a little bit of history here. I'm going to say I'll still go with the 8 here. I was tempted to go with the 1, but I'm going to jump to the 8. The 8's only run in one other race here, 49K maiden race. Had a little bit of shows up as having a little bit of a close, which sometimes to me, especially if they've only run in one race before, means maybe they didn't get out of the gates right, and they did have something to show down the stretch. So that tells me, okay, maybe this horse does have something that he can prove here to us.
And
so
build on. Yep.
Yeah. 6, 3. Where am I going? 6, 3, 2, and 8 in that order.
Like it.
Thank you.
Very interesting. So I looking at the odds in this race, when I look at this race and look at all the horses, the opening odds, just like Sean was talking about, I couldn't understand the 1 being the favorite and the 3 being at 7-2 on a 9-5 morning line, because as Formula kind of mentioned here, this is a horse that was well intended early on. They thought highly enough of the horse, maiden special weight, then back-to-back stakes races.
Yep.
Then they tried the maiden 40 level. And then they dropped this horse into this level last time out, and she woke up. So this is the level I think that she's intended to be at. If you look, she held and just was beat late in 6 furlongs, and now she backs up to 5.5. I think this is her spot. I love it. 5-2 odds to me. I think that's a gift on this horse. If we can get that, we'll see how things continue to play out. But I did, based on everything I just said about level and class, the 6 is following the same path. Obviously didn't go to stakes races, but did the maiden special weight, then dropped to the 40. But the difference is that the 3's already had one at this level and the 6 hasn't. I do like the 3 a little bit more. So I'm going to take the 3, but I did have the 6 second, and it's interesting formula because after that one, I struggled, and I did not have the 1 in my next 2 horses. I don't like a first-time starter on the rail. I look at this dam and you know, she's had 4 first-time starters and hasn't had a whole lot of luck. So, and the rail is always tough for a first-time starter. So I was between the 2 and the 8, and I kind of like the 8. The 8 looks interesting to me. So first time out at 6 furlongs, basically had a little bit of trouble in there. Ended up going wide to get out around horses and was closing up position wise, although didn't really close links. But if you look, since that time has had a workout, and I always like when they throw in a workout after that, especially late in the season like this. So they're still working with her to me, and I think she's got a real chance to finish underneath here at 9-1.
Yeah.
But, and the 2 of the first time starters, the 2 is the one most interesting to me. And again, I think that the connections on the 1 obviously are good, but I just like the lines and everything about the dam on this one has only had 1 first time starter, so not enough of a sample size to really say that there's nothing there. But the 1 has had several and hasn't done a lot with it. So I'm going to take the 2 over the 1 a little bit here, and I like, just like we were talking about reload on the 3, reloads on the 2 as well. You know, so you got to love that, and I think that this horse has the breeding, so has the sire here in Canada, does well. So I was kind of that 3-6-8-2, pretty similar to formula.
There you go.
Yeah, sounds like we're pretty much in agreement there.
Yeah. So we got 2 minutes, Tim. Are you?
Yeah, I'm almost there. I was looking at the wheel pays here, and it's really interesting because the wheel pays have this basically, it looks like the 1 is in both the double and the pick 3. No, I'm sorry. In the double, it's the 1. In the pick 3, it's the 6. And the 3, it blows my mind in the pick 3. In the pick 3, the 3 is like 4th.
Wow. How did that happen?
I have no idea.
That is interesting. Yeah. It's a race full of firsters.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, the 3 has done so much.
I
We talk about the stakes races, the maiden special weight. It's a little bit surprising.
And here's the crazy thing: you all that, and you look at the exactas, and the exacta probable, and my ADW shows $2, so it's 3.6, just where we're at, and those are the top two I like. 3.6, paying $24 as the lowest exacta for 2.
Yeah. Bobby D's got an exacta box 3 with 5.6. Keith is in the house. What's up, Keith? How are you, sir?
Good buddy, Keith.
Bob Jackson's got a 5.36 exacta box. Joe T says you guys are late. Race 2 is a massive payout.
We were right on time.
We were right on time.
No, we were late for the massive payout in race 2 is what I think.
There you go.
I got it. Now I get it. You're right. I was late for that.
Yeah, we were all late for that one. That's correct.
All right, we're 0 minutes, so we better get moving here. And all right, so we're gonna go a little bit easy. We're gonna play an exacta here early on, and I'm just gonna play I'm gonna key the 3 on top. That's not an exacta box. That's not a key box. It's just an exacta. It's
3 to win.
Straight up 3 on top with the 268.
There you go. Okay,
makes sense.
So that's gonna cost us $6 only.
See this off for 1 second here, just so I can get the sound here. For good friend Mr. Geller.
And we're doing 3, 2, 6, 8.
Yep.
Let's hope for that 8. Would love to see a 3-8. It gives us 61 on a $1. So you double that up to 2.
Yeah, definitely take that one.
Yeesh.
Faux show.
There we go. Okay.
All right, people in the lounge, what are you drinking tonight? I have myself a Mai Tai here. Yeah.
Yes.
Glassing it up with a Mai Tai.
First time starter.
There we go.
Form, but serious green behind the start.
He's drinking Dos Equis. I like it.
I am drinking a 3 Floyd's Brushing Mass barrel aged coffee stout.
That sounds great. I almost went with a barrel aged stout as well, but
it's cold enough outside that this feels really good.
Well, but
yeah, it's the night to do it, right?
Serious green, Imperial Trick to gate 5. And Motown Funk is next.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and take the 6 out of the bankroll so
7-2
we can make the math easy when we win.
Austin Adams on a sweep, looking for a 4th in a row. Cheyenne Kerr on Might Be Special.
Let's get this 3-8 home.
To the outside will be Her Obsession as they wait the last 2 horses.
Armchair rocking the Fresca tonight. Special. Well done.
Going to the line. And
very
the
nice.
Gate, Her Obsession for Sky
if first he's on, he and I have a joke about Fresca. But
set to run in the gate.
Locked.
They race. Just away. Might Be Special. Came out clearly in front.
Quick.
Away nicely is the Blue Unicorn going to the lead with Reload.
He's going to have to close.
Joined, and on the inside of them
is a lot of speed up there, though.
Showing pace and going to lead is Reload.
Yes.
I
like where he's at on the rail.
I like where he's at on the rail. Special and coming forward between runners. Motown Funk just behind Imperial Trick, and on the inside is Perfectly Red staying in the main pack. A length and a half to Serious Green, and last of all is Her Obsession. Racing into the turn, Reload A by 3 parts to the Blue Unicorn.
23
and a half away. Third placing is on the inside of runners. Imperial Trick
out
wide up Might Be Special.
That's quick for cold,
also
you know.
Funk the center.
When it gets cold, that track is hard to run
away,
in the front, you know.
A couple of lengths to the Blue
Armchair
Unicorn,
noticing that the 2 took late money.
From Perfectly Red and Serious Green running on. The Blue Unicorn's knuckling
Come on,
down.
great.
Is
where's
coming,
3 at?
and Reload A under
He's
attack.
raising
The
the
Blue
rail.
Unicorn
Come on,
sailed
great.
up on the outside and goes to the front.
What's up
And
with
the
this
Blue
4?
Unicorn racing
Wow,
away.
4.
Serious
He's
Green
making
on
a
the
move
outside,
now, but
Motown Funk, but
it's a
the
little
Blue
too late.
Unicorn a dashing win by about 2 3/4.
3-6.
On the outside, Motown Funk narrowly second from Reload A, and on the inside, Serious
Well,
Green.
Sean talked about the 4.
Time
I certainly didn't.
1:05:56.
I had him as my 3rd pick.
Your 3rd pick?
Yeah.
I didn't like the 4 at all.
Yeah.
The dam had 6 first-time starters, and nothing hit the board so
That
far.
was actually my try. 3-6-4.
I think the
The
2
2 got it. Oh, okay. The 2 got 3rd. Okay.
Yeah, the 3 actually got 4th. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Or is the
Yeah,
winner,
wow.
the Blue Unicorn over 6. Motown Funk, 2 Reload A, and 3 Sirius Green. 4-6-2-3. The unofficial top 4. Opening quarter 23.
And Darwin is definitely not known as a first time training, you know. He usually does not usually win first time out. So that's, and I know this is not the greatest group, but the interesting to watch this horse. If he's winning first time with a horse, you know, that's a good sign. He thinks he's got something there going.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is the works for me, and looking at all of like the 2 and 3 furlong works. This horse hasn't even worked very long.
And they bet, look at that, they bet the 6 down heavy to 5-2. So that's 3 wins in the second for Austin Adams. So right now my man is feeling it right now. Tonight here at Woodbine. He's the only bug left. Everybody else lost their bug. Gaskin, Vives, Abley, they all lost their bug.
Joe, I agree with you. It's all horseshit.
Yeah. What did you like about this 4, Sean? Because I definitely didn't see it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I did like because I know Darwin, and usually he doesn't work his horses fast. But I know 3 out of 11 doesn't sound, you know, but what I look for too is I look for November 16th, like how they're working out in the cold. You know what I'm saying? And 3 out of 11 for a youngster is not that bad, especially for Darwin, who tends to work on the slow side. You know what I'm saying? But this horse has had November 3rd, 2 out of 17, November 10th, November 16th. So Darwin usually doesn't work that, you know what I'm saying? So obviously he was getting some real speed into this 4, and that's why I liked him as my 3rd pick. You know,
Got it.
Yeah, and I said that before. I said he doesn't usually win first timers, but he can definitely get the ticket because he's been working them so well.
And we talked about this one coming from Improbable, and Improbable. This is like part of the first crop for Improbable, right?
Yeah, he's like 3 for 54 with his first time. Yeah,
but you know, first crop, it's always tough to tell. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
What's come of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
very promising.
I remember Arch, the great sire Arch, was 50th in his first crop. They were ready to throw him out, and then like the next 3 years, he did like 9 Grade 1 winners.
Congratulations going out to
like, wow.
And
you know, there you go.
Winning rider Fraser Abley, a very nice performance. Impressive debut win by the Blue Unicorn.
Blue Unicorn. But we started slow. Not a big wager. We're right in it. The Blue Unicorn.
The Blue Unicorn.
Let me get him off his sound here. Did anyone? Oh yeah, let's see. Did anyone else have that? Let's see here. Okay.
I'll be shocked if they did, but congratulations.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to go through here. See all my.
I didn't see anybody on the 4.
Yeah. Let's see. Bobby had 3 with 5, 6. Bob Jackson had 3, 5, 6.
Armchair had it
Armchair had 6 with the 1, 3, 4. Oh.
Ooh.
You were close there, my friend. You were on the right. You and I were on the same page there, Armchair. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, Ali, we were playing Woodbine, and Woodbine.
Pretty much. Until something better comes along. Until they hand off to another park. Until they hand off to another park with synthetic.
Couple weeks away.
Yeah. I am shocked that the mayor of Turfway is not on here tonight. Like already, like, you know, absolutely, like with his full band and everything. Kevin Plouch in the stands.
The mayor's probably out there ironing the white tablecloths.
Yes, exactly.
In preparation for opening night. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, absolutely.
That's just my guess.
Kevin Plouch. This is a great story, guys. This is awesome. Kevin's one of the best harness handicappers too in the country, as well as thoroughbreds. And he's based at the Meadows and there was a 1-9 that broke today at the Meadows, right? And I laugh with Kevin. I call them breaker downs. This is what I call the Meadows. And the second place horse paid $400 to place. So
Wow.
whoever had that horse across at $400 to place, good for you.
By the way, since you brought it up, Sean.
And we try annually at a secret country mansion in Colorado known as the Meadows.
There you go.
The Meadows. There you go. Love it. Breaker down. Kevin just wrote that. All right, but we're going to turn the page here, folks.
Indeed.
We're going to turn the page. And 4 million, you want this one, my friend?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yep.
If you are willing to give it, I am willing to take it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
awesome.
Sir. Okay. So I will go first here. Yeah. Look at that 1-9 horse broke. The 99-1 finishes second, and there was a $2 on the horse to place, and that person with his $2 bet got $400.
God bless him. Yeah.
That person got a nice steak dinner for themselves.
Might as well.
Exactly.
What else are you gonna do with it?
All right. So fifth race is a 1.16 maiden optional claiming 40,000 per 65.7 for maidens 2-year-olds Ontario sired. And this is we have a full field of 9 here going to post. And this is
still in Maidenland. Yeah.
Yes, still in Maidenland. Yes, exactly. And
this the 3 horse, scratched. So we don't have a full field of 9. The 3 scratched.
Oh, the 3. That's right. Royal Entry scratched. That's right. The Stronach Michael Doyle horse has been scratched. Okay. In this race, I'll go first. My number 1 pick is the 2, Sugar Buzz. Michael DePaulo and Leo Salas. This horse was facing, hasn't run since October, but this horse was facing, look at this. Ashley's Archer on the turf, Notorious Gangster on the synthetic, Yavo's Mainen and Nigen's Law and Special Session. These horses would all be like 3 to 5 in this field. So he has taken a huge drop down, and Mike and Leo stays with him. And I just think he's just faced better. And I think they're just trying to get a win in this horse, get some confidence in this horse. And I just think he's the best horse. So the 2 is my pick. The number 1, Lasting Silence, Rafael Hernandez, Dale Desireux. These guys are almost 20% together. First time gelding. Sprinter Route is his forte, 27%. This guy knows how to win the Sprint to Route game for sure. That is his bread and butter. So I think this horse is going to be very tough, and the odds are showing it at 2 to 1. And then my third horse was Lonnie's Gamble for Ivan Dalos, Josie Carroll, and Sahin Sabachi. When Sahin rode this horse last time, he came in third. And now I see he's going out. He got bumped and absolutely just creamed the last time he was going 7 furlongs, and still made up some nice ground. I don't think the stretching out will hurt this horse at all, and I think this horse will be coming at the end. So I was 2, 1, and 4.
All right. I like it.
Tim?
Yeah, I'm not too far off. I was just watching a race here because I'm kind of still doing things as we go through the races here.
Sure,
late into watching them all. But I've got an angle I really like here, and it's an angle that I play quite a bit, and I'm looking for big improvement on the 1 horse here. I like the first time gelding angle, and I just think that when you look at these horses and the fact that the distance we're going 1 1/16 in here, only the 2 horse and the 9 horse have been 1 1/16, 1.70 in one case, but close enough. But
Yeah.
So, and nobody seems to really be looking, even at the shorter races, nobody seems to be like calling out for more distance in here.
Right.
So whereas the one I think really is. And the one and the gelding a lot of times will wake them up. I like that Rafi comes back on this horse. And I think that this horse is basically positioned for a good win here. I do like the 4 second. That was a horse I landed on for second. This is one that looked like was closing up a little bit back in October. Does have a really good 4 furlong work back on the 14th of November. Saheen gets on board for Carol, and you know they do pretty well together. So I think this is one that might like to stretch out a little bit. And then I'm not convinced on the 2 here. I just watched a couple of quick races here, and I'm not convinced that this horse, even the 1.70 there, was not really advancing at the end. And that was the second race, even though the previous 1.16 was on the turf. This horse has been distanced a couple of times, and I'm just not convinced with the 2. So I'm going to throw in a bit of a shot here. And it's not much of a shot because we got our boy Adams riding. And that's the 9 horse.
Yeah.
I think the 9 is another one that could move forward. I just watched that race as well. That's the last one I was watching as you guys called on me. And I think that this horse in that race, if you look, that's a race that the 2 was in. I believe it was the 2. But anyway, there was another horse in this race that was in there, and that horse went out on the lead and was fading badly. But this horse was kind of positioned, had to move outside a little bit to try to make a run. But all of that moving, I think, took the horse out of the race. So I think this is a horse that can really move forward. Second time at the distance, really good speed bump that first time out from first race to second race. So another move like that puts this horse in the winner's circle. And I still like the 1 on top, but I think the 9 is a horse that is interesting enough to finish underneath and is currently sitting at 9-2.
And he has the best owner in Chris Nolan, one of the best named owner in Woodbine. So you know what I mean. So exactly. So that has that going.
I love the Nolans.
Yeah, exactly. See.
Also acclaimed director, Inception.
Yeah.
Anyone heard of it? No. Okay.
Absolutely.
The Batman series, the latest.
But yeah,
maybe
I would put the 2. I would put the 2 in fourth, but I'm going to try to beat the 2 in here. So I'm going to give you 1-4-9-2.
Interesting. Okay, 1-4-9-2. I have a horse that nobody has named yet.
Like it.
And I'm trying to figure out if I go with it.
That's good.
Mike Whitten, we know you're busy preparing turf.
Mike Whitten, is that
for opening night, Mike? You don't have to apologize.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, you're getting all the seats ready and making sure that they're screwed in and whatnot. Yeah, I get it. The 9 could be the Dark Knight. Hey, well played there, John Lee.
Johnny Lee. Hey, buddy.
Johnny Lee,
my buddy from Woodbine. Love to see you, bud.
Don't think that comment didn't go unnoticed.
That was excellent, buddy.
We saw it.
We like it.
One of my favorite people. Owned one of my favorite stakes horses of all time, Ellen Vannon, up there at Woodbine.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, formula, you got me intrigued. Who's the one we haven't mentioned?
Oh boy, yeah. Give me a second here. We got some time. I'm sure putting things together. I mean, you guys got pretty much the same horses, but different angles. And if I plug this other horse in, I'm probably going to have to bounce one of those out. And I'm trying to figure out who gets the bounce.
So I'm just going to throw this out there for Mike Whitten in the chat. Mike, the 7 horse has been working at Turfway and has thrown a couple of bullets in a row at Turfway.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Easy.
Different turf, though.
Different.
And there's Jackie Davis aboard.
Different synthetic. Yeah, how much turf is left at Turfway, by the way? Just a little thought for everyone there. Oh.
Most of the turf is getting smoked in the grandstands at Turfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And God bless them. Right? God
It's
bless
cold
them for
there.
it. Yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah,
They
they need to
deserve it.
stay warm. They need to stay
Every
warm.
single one of them earned it.
Right,
We'll just-
exactly. Yeah.
For my lord, armchair. Please. Yeah. Guessing Tom likes the 7. So I will let you know right now, right at the wire, it is not the 7. It is not the 7. Although I see an angle on the 7, that is not the one I'm going with here. I just don't know if I can figure out which one to bounce in order to fit this horse in. Tim doesn't like the 2. Sean likes the 2 the most. I will let you in on a little secret now. I like the 4 the most. If I am going to be keen any horse, it is easily the 4.
Yeah.
And I like the value we're getting. If I'm going to be keying them at 4-1 right now, opened at 7/2. Yeah, not bad.
I had the 4 second. Did I not?
You had the 4 second. Sean had the 4 third. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sean went 2-1-4. You went 1-4-9 and then 2. So yeah, I just got to figure this whole thing out here. And yeah, okay, I'll walk through it. For you guys right now. We got 8 minutes to post. Wow, that time goes by fast. So my number 1 pick here, and all my formulas are unanimous on this. It is the 4, as I mentioned before. I do like, what do I like about the 4 here? Yeah, I mean, the speed figures look good, sits pretty close to the pace usually, but also doesn't fade. In terms of class, not as classy as the 2, but it's up there, right? We're talking about 65K races. If you're talking about the sire and jockey and trainer, and you combine those scores, it gets the highest score. Saheen has like a really high score these days, though. I mean, he's got a 10 for a jockey, which is like, racing at Aqueduct or Naira level probably for most jockeys, right?
Yeah.
And I like the workout he had recently, a 48-second for furlong. Very nice. Well done there. Round of applause. My second horse here is getting 13-1 currently. That is the 6. So this is a little bit of a left field pick here. Definitely a horse that only had 2 races, right? One of the keys that I look for in a maiden special weight when you got a couple horses that are, still pretty young, especially if they're racing their 3rd race, is did they improve where they were getting closer to the pace from the first race to the last race? And this horse set off that indicator. On top of that, the speed figures look pretty good for this horse. 48-second for furlong. Not the stellar jockey trainer combo I'd like to see, but still not so bad either. Was running in maiden special 2 races ago before that. So yeah, so that's my big surprise pick. There's the 6. Everyone in the comments section, light it up. Tell me how crazy I am for that. My 3rd horse here is the 2. I am going with the 2 as my 3rd horse here for all the reasons you guys mentioned before. Just in terms of class, it's hard to ignore. And then, yeah, my 4th horse here is going to have to be the 1. I look at this horse as being the pace advantage horse here, even if we're going 8.5 furlongs. And another thing I like about the 2, like you guys mentioned before, this is the horse that has actually gone the distance in the past. So that's
Yep.
So how do I fit the 9 in, or do I bounce the 9, or do I bounce the 1 thinking this is going to be a Fadezilla? This is not a horse that has faded a whole lot, has faded a little bit. Like the speed figures on the 1, so it's hard to knock him out. But then it's hard to knock out the 9 too, because he is actually one of the horses in here that has showed some significant closing ability. 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. If I was bouncing one of those, I would bounce a 9. I do think the 9 has a chance, and I'm looking for the 9 to wake up in that regard.
Yeah.
Gets Adams, which you can't disregard that a little bit with the way the guy's riding tonight. But I'll just add this about the 6. I looked at the 6 a little bit. The 6 is one of those that's interesting because it's like the 6 was at Assiniboia. I don't know if you remember this horse, but the 6 was at Assiniboia. I do remember being up there. But it's kind of bouncing around, and it seems like they're trying to find a spot and a surface and a level and the distance. And now they're going blinkers off. So the blinkers off angle kind of intrigued me a little bit and made me look twice at the horse. When I was looking for a price, I looked at the 6 and the 9. I like the 9 a little more, but I see the 6. I see angles there.
Yeah, and if you're looking for price, you're getting more of a price on the 6 now at 17 versus 6.
We got Worcester Irish in the house. How are you, my man? Marv Beatty is okay. I'm keen the 4, then 4 with the 179 try key box. Alex likes the 4 too.
And then, you know, another thing about that 6 is that Abley's getting up on the 6, and we know that he just won the last race on a shot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, guys, I think I'm ready for my pick here.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to punch this in, and maybe we can double it if you want. I mean,
all right, there you go. Okay.
My key box, I just can't get away from it, especially with the 8 horses in the race and liking one that's a long shot, and keen one that is actually 5-1 right now. So we're going to key the 4 with 1, 2, and 6 at 50 cents. That'll be $9 total. This is a try key box, so that 4 can be anywhere 1, 2, or 3, but it has to be in the 1, 2, or 3. And the other 2 spots have to be rounded out with the 1, 2, and 6. There you have it.
I'll tell you what, my recommendation. I mean, if we bet that at $9, we still got $85 for 3 races. I say we go at least $1, $18.
Okay, double it. We'll take 18 out of the kitty for this one then, because we
sounds
have,
good. I'm doing that now.
Yeah, okay, sounds
there
good.
You go.
We shall do that. Yeah, 2 minutes to post here. If you guys have
211 people tonight. Thank you to everybody joining us.
I see our buddy Alex likes the 4 as well. He's going 427. So a couple people have liked the 7, including Alex. If you guys want to tell us why you like the 7, some of the things that I liked about it, in terms of last race, especially for 6 races under his belt, but I have him as having the 3rd best in terms of my rankings, the 3rd best last race.
Yeah.
Look like I'm hosting a karaoke. Yeah, well, I've got the mic in hand, right? So I can't find a good place to put it. The whole desk is kind of crowded right now.
Yeah. The other thing is too, and I always warn people of this, right? I always warn, just because you work out well at Turfway does not mean you're going to run well on the Woodbine. I can't emphasize enough how different the synthetics are between Woodbine and Turfway. Now, he may love it. He may just eat it up, but there are so many horses that go from Woodbine down to Turfway and cannot run a step on that synthetic, and vice versa. So just because you can run on one does not mean you can run on the other one.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Totally agree. Hey,
and
Mike,
workouts in general are pretty. They're not always the best indicator, right? Even
right, yeah.
Where it might be all you have to work on if it's a firster, right?
Hey, Mike Whitten, drop a note in the chat. Let me know. Are you going to Turfway opening weekend? Because I'm going to be in Cincinnati Saturday. I'm going up to Braxton Brewing. They've got my favorite beer, one of my top 2 favorite beers. It's the 10th year for this beer, so they're having a 10th anniversary barrel-aged stout called Dark Charge. Absolutely love this beer, so I'm going up for the block party that they're having on Saturday, and I may stay for the races Saturday night at Turfway.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend is like a huge weekend to release barrel-aged stouts. I know around here,
Black Friday's crazy.
Yeah, Black Friday is crazy. It's not as big of a deal anymore, but they used to just completely sell out a Bourbon County stout. Right. The Goose Island, that used to be the beer to get around here and other places as well. Now you can get it on the shelf a year later.
I'll tell you, the one that I'm looking at that I really want to go to for Black Friday is Oddside.
Oh, in Michigan, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they've got some killer stouts coming out.
They do. I really like them a lot as well. They've got one called Hipster Rye.
It's coming out Black Friday.
Yeah, I keep trying to find
that's one of my favorites, Formula.
It is. Yeah, same here. Same here.
I love that beer.
Is the favorite here at odds of 6 to 5. Sugar Buzz.
Welcome to Beer Talk, by the way. Beer and Horses. You guys have a favorite barrel-aged stout? Put it in the comments section. See what happens.
As Leo Salas, Sugar Buzz will be the last to load.
Mike Whitten will be with the kids,
This is the beer of the
12-7.
night.
Joe's got a 1-2-4
Goes
tri
in.
box. Good luck, Joe.
Set
Rick
to run.
Johnson, 2-4 all, 2-1-7. Chris D'Souza, how are you,
They race,
sir?
Charter got them out beautifully.
Ow.
One of the best away is Sugar Buzz. Going straight through in the center is the grey, and that's Good King Sam for the lead. Up on the inside, Lasting Silence. And deeper on the track, showing some speed is Baytown Shinjuku. And as they settle into stride, taking the drop on the top four is Reggie Boy. And over on the inside,
Yeah,
it's in the
that's seven.
cards. Found a nice spot on the
Love that
rail.
name.
Back to second last, I'm an Island Boy. And last is Lonnie's Gamble early on. Lasting Silence has run through to be the leader. Got out by a length to Good King Sam.
So far
2.5
looking
to
okay,
Baytown
other than
Shinjuku
the
and
key
Sugar
being
Buzz on the
all the way.
inside. About a length and a half again to Reggie Boy on the
But
inside.
it's a
Pushing
long
up ahead
race.
as it's in the
It's a
long
cards.
race,
Three to
yeah.
I'm an Island Boy.
Long race.
And last is Lonnie's Gamble. About 6.5 covers the field.
23,
and
that's
Lasting
quick,
Silence
especially
front
in the
by a
cold
length in
weather.
second, Good King Sam. One away, Baytown Shinjuku. Sugar Buzz on the inside.
For an
About a
8.5.
half behind them. Reggie Boy taking off. On the rails, it's
We
in
need
the
to see
cards.
something
4
out of
lengths
that
away, I'm
four.
an Island Boy. And last
Keep
is
moving.
Lonnie's Gamble. They run along to the 3.5 and Lasting Silence pressured now by Good King Sam, but responding nicely. Lasting Silence in front. Good King Sam second. Baytown Shinjuku on the outside. Sugar Buzz is a
Come on,
length
make a
behind in
move,
fourth.
Thor.
Behind them, it's in the cards and Reggie Boy in a gap to I'm an Island Boy and Lonnie's
All right, he's
Gamble
moving
starts to
now.
run on. As they head to the quarter, Lasting
Glad I
Silence
didn't put
still
the
in
9
front.
in.
Love that
On the
one.
Come
outside,
on
Good King
now.
Sam's
Thor's
a neck
moving
away, and now
fast.
Sugar Buzz running
Come
on
on,
well
one.
and takes to the
Come on,
outside
four.
to have a shot of the leaders.
How
Is
did the
reeling them in
six
as
get
they
down to
corner.
5 to
Going
1?
down the
Four.
center
What
from
happened?
Sugar Buzz, Lasting Silence,
Come
Good
on,
King
four.
Sam, and trying to get
Up
them
to
is
4.
Sugar Buzz.
Come
and
on,
Good King
four.
Sam's gone
We
past
got this.
Lasting Silence and
Get
now
up
has
there.
to deal with Sugar Buzz and is still in front. Good King
Oh,
Sam.
don't tell me
Get
the
that
Eagles
four
are
up.
in
King
first
Sam, the
place.
leader.
Get
Lonnie's
that four
Gamble's
up. Here he
come from
comes.
a mile back, but
Get
Good
that four
King
up.
Sam is going to be crowned the winner here. Good King Sam goes on to win by a length and a half. On the outside,
Whoa.
Sugar Buzz back on the rails.
Boom, we
Lonnie's
got
Gamble, the
something.
foot over second and third, and then Lasting
That
Silence.
6 went off at
The
6 to
rest well
1.
beat.
It was at 17 like 2
Time is
minutes ago.
1:45
5 to
flat.
1.
We'll
They had
take
the
it.
super as well.
But we got
And
it,
we got
though.
it at, we got it at $1.
Yep, and we got $1. Yep, yep.
Thank you, Tim.
Nice job, Tom.
Thank you, Alex, for the nice call there. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you, Sean.
excellent, excellent.
Way to go. Way to
Six,
go.
two,
624.
Oh, the 2 got second. Well, we got our price on top at least, even though the price wasn't as good.
Yes.
5 over 3.5 over 1 point something or other.
Well, what's nice is that you got the one out with Ramon, with Raphael.
6-2 for 1.
Yeah.
Good King Sam
Yeah.
first, 2 Sugar Buzz second.
He always
Lonnie's
takes try
Gamble
money.
third,
Mike.
and one
We'd have
Lasting
rather had the
Silence
1 than the
fourth.
2.
And the
Yeah.
first quarter was
Yeah,
23 and
that's
4,
true.
The half
That's
48 and 1, and 3/4 112 and 3. The time for
Yeah,
the
curious to
mile
see how this pays out.
1:38, and
They
the
were kinda
final
spread out for a
time is
while.
1:45 flat.
You know, it's okay, though, that we get the 5 to 1 on top.
Yeah.
You get the 5 to 1 on top. That's
Woodbine
really what
Woodbine
matters,
pays
right.
very well at that. You know what I'm saying? They
That's
pay
what I'm
very
saying.
well.
Out of all the horses, we got the longest shot of the bunch on top.
Yep, yep,
We're
yep,
winning tonight, guys. We're winning.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, the 2 got second.
Joe T
Kyle
said the
Graves.
6 kicked his ass.
Giving some love to New Holland here with
Oh, look at
Dragon's Milk.
that.
Dragon's Milk is a classic, and some of
It
their
is.
reserves, some of the Dragon's Milk reserves are incredible.
Yeah. And they got a lot of adjuncts too that they add in. They've got a whole bunch of different different ones that they have. Thank you, Colin. Thank you indeed. Joe T 6 kick my ass. Sorry. We told you though, Joe. We told you.
Yeah. I think this is going to pay better than you think for $1. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. For $2.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
Tim doubled it.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing: the 6'2" Exacta's paying $32.90 for $2. So let me see. I
Yeah.
can punch in the try 6.
And then you're putting 7 to 2 below that. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
So you
they're
think
all zeros.
that's for a $2?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we should be getting triple digits out of this since we went
Oh,
$2 on it. Yeah.
I think so too.
Oh, sorry, we went $1 on this.
One,
We
yes.
doubled it. Okay, we won $1. Okay, yeah. Thank you, John Lee.
Great job. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. And I don't know if you saw this, Tim, but Mike Whitten confirmed he'll be there opening
Opening night. So anyone is going, Mikey Whitten will be there. He'll have his own booth. He'll have his own box. You know, he's got his own box there.
If you call ahead, he'll make sure he sweeps out your seat first. You know, as he's cleaning up the grandstand, getting everything ready.
Yep. Exactly.
Is he on Trusty Patrol covering everyone's losses the first night? Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. So Joe T, what we did is we key boxed the 4 with 1, 2, 6. So the 4 getting third place for us made that live.
Right.
I think you know what a key box is, but just in case, I know some people probably don't. We explain.
Right. We've covered it like every week. Somebody asks a question, and we have to cover what a key box is over a box. So we're not keying and we're not boxing. We're key boxing, which means the 4 has to finish in 1, 2, or 3. That's all it's saying.
Okay. Yeah. So Joe, I'll go through it real quickly. So when you key box the way we did, right, with 4 underneath, you're essentially picking, what is it, like 3 different trifecta key boxes, all containing the 4, and then different permutations of the other 3. So the 4, as long as the 4 is in there with the other 3 in some combination, you win. If it's the other 3 without the 4, you lose. So you pay a little bit more to make sure you get that. Maybe if it was, so what you're talking about for the 6, that would have to be a key, not a key box. So if I went 6 on top as a key with the same bet, it would have been a cheaper bet and we would have won. But if I did the 4 in the same way, like you're saying, I would not have won that bet.
Right.
But yeah, a key box. And this is one that I've actually walked up to windows and confused people on at very small places. I ask for a key box and they look at me like I'm completely nuts. And I tell them, look, no, I'm the formula. What are you talking about? No,
right. Exactly.
Yeah, so Gizmo Hardy, our bet was a tri-key box with the key being the 4 there. So that's why we were hoping that the 4 would get up into the top 3 when he started to close out. There we go. So the try at $1 is $34.7. Wow, that is cheap. That's not as good as I hoped.
No, me
neither.
neither.
Exact at $2 was about the same.
That's low.
That is low.
That's very low.
Glad we didn't do it at 50 cents.
Yeah, someone knew something there.
All right. So just to add to what Formula said, I'm going to throw this up here. So a 4 with 1, 2, 6 key box is the same as having all 3 of these bets. I've got a 4 with a 1, 2, 6 with a 1, 2, 6. I've got a 1, 2, 6 with a 4 with a 1, 2, 6. And I have a 1, 2, 6 with a 1, 2, 6 with a 4. So I'm keying the 4 in each of the 3 positions with the other 3 horses in the other 2 positions, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. The other way to look at it, and I could type this out as well. So it'd be like having 3 different trifecta boxes. So it'd be 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 6, 4, 1, 6, and 4, 2, 6. So if you spend, so on a 50-cent trifecta, if you buy these 3 boxes, right, you'd be spending $9, the same that we would spend for 50 cents.
Right.
Or as I initially did, right? So you'd be buying a 412, a 416, and a 421. You'd be buying all 3 of those trifecta boxes. That's essentially what a trifecta key box does. You're essentially keying in on that 4. It can end up anywhere in 1, 2, or 3 because it's boxed. But you don't get the 1, 2, 6 combination there. That makes sense. Hope that makes sense.
So what did we add? I need to add it to our bankroll there.
$34.75, and it was an $18 bet, right?
I already took the 18 out, so I'll just add the $34.75.
Yeah, $34.75. Yep.
So we still.
I don't know how that pays that low with the 5-1 on top. I really don't.
Yeah, we got a couple people in the comments section. Our Stephanie and Joe T agreeing that we just got completely robbed on that payout.
Yep. Yeah, I expected that to be 40, 50 for 50. You know.
Yeah.
So we're up to 110.75 for the bankroll, so we're a little bit ahead after 2 races.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Great job.
With 3 to go.
Yeah.
We're up. And now we go to the 6th race.
Now we turn the page.
which is a 6 furlong, claiming 15,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. 3-year-olds.
All right.
Here we go. This will be my race. So,
and Joe T, that's what we're here for. And some of us are still learning some
Joe
of these
T,
tricks
absolutely.
as well.
And Gizmo, you ask any questions, my friend. Love helping you too, my friend. She's learning the game too, which is great. So,
and I know we're a small operation, but one of the things that I would love to change about horse racing is sort of like the intimidation factor of like going up to the window and seeing all these different options and not knowing what each of them means. I mean, the more knowledge you can get out there about how to do this, more people go to the track, more people feel comfortable about betting some of these.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I know when I was first getting into it, it is intimidating. Just even me placing a trifecta box was, okay, what does this mean now? Blah, blah, blah. And you got the person who went, well, it means this, it's intimidating. So trying to break down that wall. So ask any question you want. We'll do our best.
Yeah. No question is a bad question in here.
And I asked the question about the Quinella the other day in the comments section, just like one of you guys, because I've seen this Quinella like 1,000 times. And I'm like, why does anyone bet that? And how is that different from an exacta? I think you did a good job explaining it. Yes, armchair, completely. Yes, the learning curve is what wards away beginning players. Trying to explain to people how the lost money or winning bet is hard. Totally agreed. And the more we can do to break that down and help people out, the better. It's definitely one of the things we're trying to do here as best as possible. All right. I'll let you guys get into this with 16 minutes to post.
Yeah, I agree, armchair. No doubt. Well said there. I love Mike Whitten. If Keve is not riding, I'm not playing.
No comment.
Hey, my boy won the grade 2 this weekend. I was very pleased for him. On a Wicked Strong, baby, no less.
So this is a Sean race, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Sean. My horse is... I have to keep double checking my notes here because my horse is like got a real high number. But based on that, you can probably guess who it is because he definitely didn't open with a real high number.
Well, by the way, can I just say something interesting? We just saw a very rare thing at Woodbine. Sugar Buzz was claimed by Mark Hasse for Gary Barber. He's not usually one to get into the claim, you know what I'm saying? So this could be a horse that could be on his way to Florida. You know what I'm saying? And with that barn, very interesting.
He's taking it to Gulfstream, you think?
Yeah, he'll probably take it down to Gulfstream with him. Or he's bringing 20 horses this year out to Oaklawn. So maybe he'll go to Oaklawn. Who knows? But, you know.
That was the horse that came in second, was fairly close, maybe a length and a half off. And had raced in a number of stakes races before this. The only one that we noted that had that type of class. Yeah.
I think Beccaro likes the 5.
We're getting that feeling. A lot of people like the 5. I was not.
Bobby D 5-4 with 216 win on the 1.
Huh. I have to look deeper into my stuff.
All right.
That's what you guys are saying.
Who do you like here, my friend?
All right. Very, very interesting here. Okay. So one of the things that I do like to note here is the jockey trainer sire combination. And I've got 2 horses that really pop out to me for this, the 6 and the 4. The 6 in particular getting a jockey upgrade. Saheen is on the horse today unless something has changed. I think he may have been the horse, or he may have been I know there's one race where he got put on a horse. I can't remember if it's this one or not.
Yeah, that was the race before.
Okay, so he was slated to be on this horse regardless.
Yeah, he was on this horse. Yeah,
I'm going to borrow an angle from Tim here and say that in terms of class, this horse doesn't have the best win. That would go to the 1 in my opinion. But I did rate highly the win that he had there using my own system. So there's that. Jockey upgrade. This is a horse that I've got rated as a closer. He's going to come from maybe a few tiers back, but he definitely has a kick down the stretch. And he has raced in mostly 4 to 6 furlong races. So that kick has helped him a number of times. So he doesn't get lost in the back a whole lot. 7 times out of 10 in the money. So that's why I have the 6 pretty high, even though 6 is 8 to 1. And maybe if he doesn't win, I think he's definitely going to be an underneath play based on that in the money percentage there. My second horse here being the 4. If you look at the 4, definitely a horse that has been getting closer to the pace too over the last 10 races. We're talking about seasoned veteran horses here, so maybe that doesn't come into play as much, but has some of the highest speed figures for the distance, for the surface, and also for the park. So I think that's notable as well. So the horse, the 4, definitely one that I would have to note. And then if I'm going to pick a third horse, I am going to jump over to the 1. Again, borrowing Tim's angle a little bit here. So he won a 65.9K race. I forgot how long ago that was. But he's got the best rated race win of the group. What else can we say about the 1 here? Starting on the inside, 2 wins in 9 races, 4 times in the money, sits close to the pace, doesn't lose a whole lot either. He sits like maybe 1 length off the pace, doesn't lose a lot. In terms of recent races, I have him as the second best recent race, and he's got a little bit of improvement over the last couple races. So a lot to like there. So I'm going in the order of 6, 4, 1. That was my top 3. If I'm going to give you a fourth one, if I give you a fourth one, I'm going with the 8. There you go. I think I took up enough time.
There you go. 6. Tim?
So what were those numbers again?
6, 4, and 8.
4, 1, and then the 8. The 1 being the one that Mike Whitten says is
4,
asleep
4,
right
1,
now.
and 8. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Hopefully he wakes up when he hears the bell.
Interesting. Because my top horse, you didn't even mention.
Yeah, you're going 2, 3, 5 on me, aren't you?
What's that?
You're going 2, 3, 5 on me, aren't you?
I mean,
Picking every horse I didn't say.
But the top horse that I do like the 5 a lot here, a whole lot. And this is a horse that I just think has been running against a little bit better, has been doing pretty well at that on the synthetic. This horse does have both of the wins have come on the synthetic. One of those at this distance out of 3 tries. I just think that this distance fits a horse a little bit better than the 5.5 that she ran last time out. So I like the jockey change here. Obviously, Sophia is not on this horse, so I just think that that the 5 has a real chance against this field. I just think that they're positioning the horse well in this race. It's hard to get away from the 4. There's a lot to like about the 4, but here's the thing about the 4 that I found most interesting. If you open up and look at every one of the 21 races, the 2 worst races this horse has 2 of the 3 worst races this horse has ever run outside of grade 1. I mean, to take away the grade 1, the 2 worst races were the only 2 Rafi rode on this horse.
Oh,
and
there's a,
yes, they were at a little bit of a different level, but it's still I don't like the horse a lot on top here. I think it's a definite underneath play. I'm going to try to beat the horse with the 5, and I almost put one more horse on the 4, but ahead of the 4. But I'm going to go ahead and put this horse third, and that's the 1 you mentioned.
Yeah,
I like the 1 a lot in this position. I think that it's really hard to avoid the connections here, and I just really think that this is another one. Yes, stepping up a little bit in class, but if you look at the last race speed figures, this horse figures with everybody in this race. So I just think that it's another one that's kind of finding a good place. It's a little softer because though, and Sean knows that we've been talking a little bit about this. As you get late in the season, you got your droppers who didn't look like they were doing as great against better competition, and you got the horses that are at or below this level who are just in form. And this horse is coming off a win, and I do think that this horse hasn't run this distance, has been the last one was at 6.5. This is 6, but I think this horse is totally capable of this in this position in this race against this competition of being right there in the money. So 5-4-1. If I added one in third and I went back and forth with this one, it would be the 2. I'm a Bourbon Girl. I did like the 8 a little bit, but I like the 2 a little bit more.
Something speaks to Tim about the Bourbon Girl. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a Bourbon Girl.
It's waiting for you to say that. There it is. It's interesting. Like the 6, I'm completely sold on the 6 and the 4, and it's getting 7-1. And a lot of the experts here have the 6. Well, it's at the end of all their picks, but yeah. Interesting.
You know, the one thing I'll say is it's hard to avoid Saheen getting up for Michael Mateen, and Sean knows this, but he's only gotten up out of 8 races. They won 4 of 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah. And this horse was flying when he was coming exactly this level.
This is the one where Daisuke was taken over on the 5. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And
Daisuke, I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah. And Daisuke goes way back with Tiller. So that's
my top pick. I really like that horse in this spot.
Yeah. Daisuke rode Pink Lloyd. So
yeah,
so
I'm pretty close in the 5 too, as my like 3rd or 4th horse. I did go with the 8 here just out of preference, but like it was one of the horses that was in the debate for sure.
Thank you, Armchair, for joining us, my friend.
Indeed.
See you.
You know, if you're following along and you haven't checked Armchair out on X, make sure you go check him out. I met him up at Keeneland for the first time in person, and great guy. And he puts out a good product as well, and something you should just go check out what he's doing. So, friend of the channel,
for sure, for sure. Take your time, Sean. We got 6 minutes, but I am very curious to hear what your angle is on this race.
This is an interesting race.
It really is.
Hey, JG Funk, how are you?
This one's tight.
This one is one of those where the horse wins, you say, "Oh, I told you so," but all 6, all 7 of them can say, "I told you so."
Yeah, this is going to be the one where we're all geniuses afterwards, and we all saw it.
Right, exactly. But no one has a clue in the beginning. Exactly.
I thought it was interesting.
There we go. I figured that was well placed. But yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, Formula gave you the money to play with, Sean. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, this is an interesting race. In the stable duel game, I have the 1 and the 4. Exactly. I think those are 2 interesting horses here. But the 5, I mean, you got the Suki,
Yep.
The number 9. Or do you mean the 8, Bob? Or
the hesitance to me about the 6 horse was it's just I don't know. The horse was off for a while and just seems like the races they're kind of spread out, and I'm not sure. And I haven't seen a lot of form from the horse, and that's what we talk about a lot late in the season, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why, even this is the angle I always give to people, right?
Yeah.
The one ran in a $10,000 claiming race. So usually you say, no, not versus 14. You know what I'm saying? If they're in great form and they're drawing off, and you got 14 that are kind of staggering around the, you know what I'm saying? Go for the 10. At the end of the meet, it's who's in form,
So explain that. Like, how would someone look at a racing form, not to reuse that word, but when you guys say that, when you say they're in good form, when they're in form, what are you looking at on a piece of paper to make that distinction?
Okay, so let's say let's say here's a perfect example. The one ran in a $10,000 claim race last night. Now his trainer has the confidence to move him up, into a tougher group. But when you look at the replay, right, you're looking how did he finish, and he blew the field away. You know what I'm saying? So he was if he won by maybe like an inch, you'd be like, okay, he just beat 10 barely, and now he's got to beat 14. He's going to be up against it. But he drew away. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why the one is getting money off his morning line, because though it was against cheaper, it was November 7th, which is colder, and you're in cold weather now, and B, he drew away. You know what I'm saying? So he's in good form, versus like a horse that's maybe coming down from 18, 22, 14, right? But they keep finishing 6, 7th. Like they're just not in contention.
8 lengths off.
Yes. Sometimes the horse that's in better form, when you're at this time of the year, the numbers aren't that far away. Where now, if you're in the summer and you have a 10,000 versus an 18, that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? And they're not, and it's going to show that way. But at the end,
2 minutes.
It's
Sorry, I probably should have asked that question afterwards, but I thought it was interesting to bring that up there in terms of education.
Just to put it simply, I call it the eye test. When I watch the race, who looks like they're in good shape and going easy and on the board, and who just looks like they're just lugging.
Oh yeah. Head down.
Okay. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, right. We're ready.
You got the button, Tim?
I got it.
Okay, I'm just going to do that. We're up money. I'm just going to do 5 to win in place in the 4. I think you could go 6 horses exacta boxes here. We're all geniuses after the race. I just think the 4 is the best horse in the field. And I'm just going to go 5 to win in place and try to get us up just a little bit more.
Actually a genius during the race, not before and after.
But I'm saying, but I'm just going straight for that. I think. Okay. You could have 7 combinations here, exactas, where you could be like, or you could go 4 deep and then $24. But I just want to get us to the last races where you two can have a nice thing to play with.
All right.
And I think this is the best horse in the race. When you're not confident on what you're, we're all geniuses afterwards. I'm just getting this.
and I like the bet. If I was betting an exacta, I just really like this 4 or 5. As far as I would just box them. I'm going to play the 5 on top, but for some reason that 5 just keeps calling me. I think he looks good on the track. Should I say? And it's just like I would box them both just to make sure I'm covered with the 4, who I think is the best horse in the race. But something about the 2 that would be how I would attack an exacta. But I like our bet.
Yeah, I think this 1 will be coming too.
Yes, that was my try. I was 5-4-1 here, so
exactly. Yeah. So,
and sometimes playing it safe like that is smart, right? Like just taking what the race gives to you, not overthinking it.
This race is one of those races, folks, where you could run this 8 times and there could be 7 different winners. It's just trip.
So I show that we have 268 people watching right now and only 16 likes. To Alex's point, if you guys want to punch that like button for us, by all means, please do.
Yes,
give us a follow on YouTube, because you want to hear when the next one comes out. This is a lot of fun.
Elizabeth,
absolutely.
Todd likes 2 all day. Bob Lindsay's got a try key going with 4, 1, 2, 5, and 8. Bakiro likes the 4 big time. Anderson Ruiz has a pick 3 going. Good luck with that.
Good break by the 8 on the outside.
That makes Gizmo Hardy happy because he's got the 8, 4, 12, a 1, and 2, and a try straight because he likes the 8. So there you go.
And over on the inside, driving as I'm a Bourbon
I'll be curious
Girl,
to see if that one plays out. Those are always fun.
Third, fourth,
taking a look at those
then
straights.
Tenacious and Faithful Creek is last. Up the rails, looks lucky to me, joins the leader, Victoria Elizabeth, a length and a half. I'm a Bourbon Girl, home for a rest. And Cardio Princess is parked behind them a bit wider.
I didn't realize that was a
And a
Japanese
length
horse.
away, second last, I'm Tenacious, last Faithful Creek. Narrowly in front, Victoria Elizabeth from Looks Lucky to Me as they speed off to the 5/16 by 2 lengths. Running home well, home for a rest. I'm a Bourbon Girl, the inside, then Cardio Princess, and behind them, Faithful Creek starts a wind-up move, but Victoria Elizabeth dashing away. Down the stretch in front, Victoria Elizabeth for Josh Scott by 2.5. Closing ground, home for rest on the outside. Looks lucky to me, the center. Home for rest is coming home really well.
Head's going low.
Has raced up on the outside, but
really good.
This is one of these Rafi head scratching. Why do you ride race?
Scores nicely by about 2 3/4. Second is Looks Lucky to Me. I'm a Bourbon Girl. Third, Weakening. Victoria Elizabeth had every chance.
Rafi just sometimes just gives the word.
Cardio Princess behind. I'm
head scratches.
Absolute last.
And Tim, you love that 5.
I love the 5.
Yeah,
5 to 1
was right on the 5.
But
let it be known.
That's just. I mean, he just
love the 5.
He just stopped.
Right. So it was 5-3-1.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of love for the 3 for sure.
5-3-2, 8-1.
A big winner in the end. The first
I joked him.
Horse like last.
Hilarious. After I made my plays and you said I didn't pick your horse, I said, you're going to come at me with 5-3-2, aren't you? Because those were the horses I didn't talk about. And here we are. That's the trifecta.
Gizmo, yeah, the 8 went, yeah. Your 8 was ambitious out there.
Yeah.
Mike Castano in the house. But that's okay. We're right at 100. We're right at 100. That's okay. That's just, and look at that. He got bet down to 7-5, and Rafi never even put him in the race. You know, he has these head scratching rides that just make you wonder. And it just doesn't. And it's not that way, folks. I don't mean it that way.
No, I mean we're not saying cheating. He just didn't get into the race.
No, he just doesn't put the horse in the race, and then it just exactly. Yep, no cheating at all.
No, we're not saying that, but I love that 5.
Yeah.
God, I wish I'd just bet the 5 straight at 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Great number on that 5, right? If
you like especially your top horse, 5 to 1. Yeah. Him and Tiller have so much success together. But yeah.
Hold all tickets. Yeah. I think we know what happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
2 had a lot left. Yeah, 2 had a nice close there. 2
yeah, I mean 5-2 and 5-8. I've got all that. I just didn't have the 3. Couldn't figure the 3 there.
See that, and that was my thinking. That was my thinking going into the race. You know what I'm saying? Like that exact that I wouldn't have had the 3 if you gave me your money. You know what I'm saying? So I knew there was going to be some in the ointment that was going to throw an exacta off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In order to hit that race, you would have had to like the 5 best. You would have to be 10.
You would have had to go a 5-all something.
A 5-all.
Right. Exactly. I was going to do a $2 exacta box 2-4-5. You know,
look how smart we are after the race.
And the 3 broke it up.
On this Bay Filly, she's a 3-year-old.
That's
Gizmo alive to a pick 3, but that's about it. But that's
all right, Gizmo. You're alive though. That's all that counts.
You're alive, baby.
See, if Kevin was on the race, he would have won by 6.
No, he would have lost by even more.
Home for arrest of Daisuke Fukumoto taking the win.
Well, 1250 to win, 1150 to place for the 3. The 2 paid $450 to show. The exacta is $116.50 for $2. The trifecta for 20 cents is $75.
Wow.
Whoa. That's a nice payout there.
That's crazy.
Dang. I think I've already turned the page. Oh, I got to put a scratch in here. I either missed that before or when my computer had to reboot, I lost the save. This will be interesting.
It is official. Here are the prices. The winner, Home for Rest, paid pretty well. $12.50 for the win. $8.20 to place. $4.20 to show. A very nice payout for the 3. Looks lucky to me.
That's a great payout right there. Look at that try.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Show.
Could have used that
Exact
one
5-3.
a couple races ago.
But I never would have used that 3.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'd have had to have a 5-all too.
5-all.
That's why I just didn't, home for a rest.
20-cent super, as Mike Witten's calling out, 546. Hey, can all dream, right? Woo.
But see, our Stephanie, I would disagree with that, because if you can find, from a betting standpoint, if you can find that value, you know what I'm saying, in that long shot, you can really cash,
Agreed.
So I think it's a challenge, yes, but if you can find that right value, you can get real good.
So Todd, we are up by
I had the 4,
75
not the 5, Todd.
Oh no, we didn't place a win. Yeah, we placed a
Yeah.
$5 win place
On the 4.
Yeah,
On the 4.
Yeah.
So I already took that out. So we're
we're right back at even. Yeah.
right back to even.
And Tim's going to bring us right back up after this one.
Oh, I got
You mind
this.
if I take this one, and then I'll give Tim the last race?
That's
Because
fine.
I'm probably checking out after this.
I'm good with that. But I have a really strong opinion, but I'll let you know. But I'll let you
you
wager
do?
what you. No, I'll let you wager what you want. But I just let you know I've got a strong opinion in here.
Oh, interesting.
Love it.
Interesting. Well, since it's strong, I will definitely take it under consideration. And hello to Paul Nolan, checking in from Dublin.
Hey, Paul Nolan.
0 degrees
Corey
Celsius.
Mosher.
About the
How
same
are you,
here.
sir?
What's
In
up,
Chicago.
Corey?
Anderson Ruiz.
Haven't heard from Corey in a while.
Hey, Corey.
Join us. All right. Okay. I'll go first here because we'll wait for this. We'll make the stents from
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie. There you go. Okay. So in this race, this is an interesting race here. This was one of these races where I said, "Oh boy." Okay. Looking at this, I like a long shot here, but he's no longer a long shot. The 3 Seattle Causeway for our friends John LeBlanc and Austin Adams, who's already won 3 races tonight. Throw that last race out in the garbage versus the turf. Ran good, but just ran too quick. If you look at this horse, synthetic is definitely his better game. And even if you look at the 7 furlong races that he ran on the synthetic versus Silent Sky and Bedazzle Me, and now is a Breeze. I mean, Silent Sky twice. Silent Sky would be 1 to 9 in this group. You know what I'm saying? So I think that cutting back in distance, Austin Adams gets aboard. Has done very well with the Bug Boys on the back, and I think this horse is at 9 to 2 a strong horse here. Second, I had Delphia in here dropping way down. You got Rafi jumping on here 21% with Norm McKnight. Going away from the bug and putting a more experienced rider on, I think is always a strong move there. So I think this horse is obviously going to be tough. And then my third horse was the 8, Dreaming of Audrey, Donald McRae, Abley. They haven't combined that much together, but this horse had no room in the last race. If you watch the replay, this horse was screaming out for room and had absolutely none. Still got up for 4th. But I think this horse, this level is exactly where he should be. So I was 3, 1, and then 8.
Okay. Hey, Tim, you know what? I'm going to hand this one over to you. You had a strong opinion on it. I'll let you take it. I'll squeeze in the last one at the end. I think I can fit it in. I can walk you through my plays here as well if you want to take this one.
Sure. I mean, I'm okay with you taking it. I'm good.
No. You said you had a strong opinion on it, so I'll let you take it down then. Yeah, let's see. We got 17 minutes. Wow, 17 minutes to post. I can't remember having this much time.
It's the way you like.
Okay. So I will go through it. I pretty much have the same as Sean, just flipping the order around. I've got it as 8-1-3 as opposed to 3-1-8. So if we start with Dreaming of Audrey, 2 wins in 10, also 6 times in the money. I really like the speed figures. I think the speed figures stand out for this horse well above the other horses, and that's taken into account the surface as well as the park, as well as the distance. Got this horse sitting just off the pace, but also having something at the end to close out, doesn't fade. We've got a bunch of pace setters in this race, the 1 and the 3 that do fade. I know those were 2 horses that were on my list, but I think they're also strong enough to maintain even if they fade back a little bit. So that's why I do have the 8 overtaking the 1 and the 3 here. In terms of speed figures, the 1 and the 3 kind of rounded out for me. Both of them I do show as pace setters. There's a potential speed duel here, which I am a little bit fearful of. But again, that's why I've got the 8 on top. If I'm going to round it out with a 4th horse, which I love to do, I'm going to give you the 5. The 5 had the best. Wait, hold on. No. Let me take another look at this here. No. Yeah, I'm going to say it's the 5. The second best last race, the best last race goes to the 8, in my opinion. Again, one more reason for me to like the 8, but the 5, especially at the morning line of 12-1, getting 6-1 now, had the second best last race. Got a pretty good grade on him overall. Is going to be sitting in the back. Not going to have a huge charge, but going to have enough to potentially overtake the 1 or the 3 here. Again, if that's your 4th horse in there, maybe you get some value over a charging 5 if you're playing a trifecta key box or something like that. So I'll go 8, 1, 3, 5. Now I'm curious what Tim was locking in on here.
So I think there's a clear winner. There's a horse here that I absolutely love on top, and I don't think anybody beats this horse in here, and that's the 8 horse.
Yes.
I just think the 8 is much the best in here. Here's the thing.
Same.
This horse has been screaming, give me more distance.
Yeah.
Give me more distance.
No doubt.
And now they're stretching out to 7 furlongs. And I just think, I mean, Abley's got 2 wins. He's got a 2nd and a 3rd, I believe. He's on fire tonight as much as anybody. This horse to me is just the speed figures, as Formula had mentioned. I've got the horse on top in the speed figures. I don't care about the class of the others. It's the same thing we've been talking about in the other races. And here's the thing. I totally agree. I like 1 and 3 underneath in here, but they are going to hook up with the 4 horse, and they're all going to want to be up front and battling on the speed. And I think the speed backs up, and the 8's the one that's been begging for distance, that's going to be there to pick up the pieces. I actually picked this horse last time out, and just like Sean said, this horse just had absolutely nowhere to go. This horse had absolutely nowhere to go, but wanted and had plenty of horse, and then closed up late on as the favorite in that race. And again, I had this horse in that race at Woodbine that day. But I'm telling you, I think the 8 in this race with the extra added distance here is just much the best. And this is where I said I had a strong opinion, and you know, I like the 1 underneath. The 3 to me, I think I had a little bit lower in here when you calculate look at all the speed figures and the times. I just think that the 1 was quite a bit better than the 3. The interesting question to me in here was this. Yeah, this 1 has ran her best races with Deshaun Gaskin on board. Why is he on the 4 at 28-1?
And they gave Raphael the 1.
Yeah, I mean, they put Rafi up, but it's not like they're trying to replace Deshaun because he's been riding the horse poorly. I mean, you could look at that last race. I mean, the one before where they won was, kind of at this level, a little bit above. And then the previous win above, a couple back from that was again at the same level. But every time Deshaun has ridden the horse at the correct level, they've won. So it's just like, why the hell are they replacing him on the horse? I just don't get that. And he ends up on a horse.
I think it's honestly because any chance time Norm doesn't usually get Rafa. He used to get him all the time back in the day. And now because he's riding for Atard and like those other people, he doesn't get him much. So anytime he can get him, he grabs them.
And I mean, they do well out of 80 mounts. If you bet $2 on every one of the horses, every time these two hooked up, you'd be dead even.
Right. Yeah.
So seriously, you'd be dead even. So
I don't think that's more of a slap at Deshaun. I think that's he had a chance to get Raffy and grab him.
Right. But but the thing I say is this, regardless of who you put on the back, the horse has to run the race. And I think the race shape and it's all about how the race figures out and pace makes the race. We all know that. And I just think the pace sets up in this race for the 8 perfectly.
I totally agree. Yep. Yeah, you said what I was trying to say before.
I did have the 3 third, and if I had to put a horse underneath 4th, I was waiting to see what you said. Here you go. This one is Mike still on? I'm going to put Keve in 4th.
There you go.
And he'll probably beat me.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so. Yeah, the comment section here, definitely seeing a lot of love for the 5 and the 8. So Todd, I think 5 and 8 boxing it up. I mean, you get some great value there, right? A 6 and a 3.
AG Funk is 3 with the 1-5.
Yep. Mike Witten, he's got a good idea there. Exacta key box 8 and all. I mean, you could even exacta key it and save yourself half the money there. Gizmo Hardy, scratching his head here, just like I am. The 7 taking some serious money. It was down to 3-1, now 9-2.
She's allowed to the 8 for the pick 3. So
yeah, I kind of see it with the 7, but man, I can still talk about 4 other horses before I get to the 7. So I'm curious if anyone else has that horse there.
Bobby D has 8. Yeah.
Bob Jackson's got the 5. And he says 4 is listed as another long shot on his tip sheet. So there you go. Yeah, Bobby D. You just mentioned Bobby D. 8-1 with 375.
David Barista, how are you, sir?
Dave Barista.
Over 300 people tonight. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight.
Dave Barista, I believe. Are you local to New Orleans? Did I remember that right from previous conversations? Can't remember.
There's Raymond of Audrey.
So JG Funk is going with 3 and the 1-5 exacta.
Yep.
Ignoring the 8 there. Yeah, Alex has got the 8 as well. He agrees with me. He agrees with Tim. Good to go. Mike Cusano, 378 exacta. So yeah. Todd O'Shea, what's a hizzo? It is a house. Moving on. All right.
This is a 4.
All right. Anyone else got a pick out there? We know we're giving this one to Tim. He's got 9 minutes. Grew up on South Suburban Chicago. Okay, so that's where he grew up. That is, yeah. I mean, I'm in the north suburbs now, but.
While the horses are coming onto the track, by the way, right? With the holidays coming, you know how we were talking beers earlier?
Yes,
right?
please.
You might know this one formula. Have you ever had a Kringle before?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a Kringle.
Yeah.
Yes.
If anybody likes Kringles, right, there is a bakery in Racine, Wisconsin called O&H Deli. Absolutely famous. You probably have heard of them, maybe being from Chicago. Have you heard of them?
Oh, yeah. Racine, up in Racine, Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I lived there for 5 years.
O&H, no kidding.
Yeah, O&H Deli, O&H Bakery is world famous for their Kringles. If you ever want a great Kringle for the holidays. O&H Bakery is by far the best Kringle you will ever have in your life.
Yeah, I believe I've had that one before. We
Yeah,
did
they're very good.
a trip through there and stopped just to get the Kringle.
You know, let me address this really quickly, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Sure,
So Dan's asking, he's saying, what's up, Hoboken? And any noticeable
Ooh.
track trends tonight?
Not really.
And the track trend, the track seems to be playing fairly, but as Sean has mentioned a couple of times tonight, and I totally agree with this, nobody's winning out front in the cold.
Yeah.
It's really
No.
hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do out front. And if the one is going to win, I think the one has to be on the lead. And that's why I don't like the one on top. And the
right.
one,
Is that,
the one a second ago was the favorite, and I'm looking at the exacta probables, and the 1-8 has been the lowest in the exacta probables the entire time.
Right.
8-1 is different, but is second. But I just don't see the one holding out front in a race to where there's other speed, other horses that can really only win gate to wire in this code on this track right now. And I just think it sets up perfectly for the 8. So guys, I think I'm ready.
I'm gonna. Oh, you're ready? Okay, go ahead.
So I know I like the 1 second, but it worries me a little bit with the speed figure here. So here's what with the speed battle as to which one of these two actually wins out in that battle. So I'm going to play an 8 with the 1-3 with the all and the trifectas. Just $20 for a $2 trifecta.
Not bad.
And if we hit this one and we get a good shot in third place, this is how Sean and I hit $900 a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
That's right.
Gizmo, talk about this 4. Okay. Color Force. Bruno Chicken Dance, Marilyn Johnston. Coming down, I mean, this is the one good thing if you like this horse is 7 furlongs. The last time this horse ran at 4,500, he won wire to wire. Again, as Tim said, the only problem is he was all by himself that day and barely held on. Now he's going to have the 1 and the 3 to contend with. I don't know how we will, how he will do that. But yeah, you got to work. I mean, but last time it did win. So, I've seen worse horses than that, so.
Right. So going back to what trends we're seeing, I'm going to share something real quickly. I'm not sure if this is going to show up very well, but this is part of like my scoring sheet here. So, oh man, you can barely see it. I can probably try to zoom in a little bit more. But when I put together these sheets, part of what I try to do is predict what I think the pace trend has been for the horse and where they usually sit. So 3 tiers back. I mean, you get to think about that in terms of like lengths or so, like where the packs of horses are. So these are the winners so far. The prediction that I had for most of them is 3 tiers back. So not necessarily a deep closer, but also deep closer adjacent. And then 2 tiers back for the last one. We've got a firster in the 4th race who won. So yeah, going to Tim's point, early speed is not winning, or at least predicted early speed is not winning today.
Right.
Seems to be a lot of horses coming from the back. And as we kind of predict where the horses lay, that seems to be holding true as well.
Yeah. Mike Whitten is putting going away from his $20 a night thing and putting 10 across on the 5 Taylor Moon Keve so they can ruin Tim's night.
I like that strategy.
I will say this. This is the kind of race to where I'm going to bet what we just bet as far as a trifecta, but this is the kind of race. Yeah. I told you I had a really strong opinion, and I feel so strongly about this 8. I think 2-1 is a gift, and if this horse goes off to that, I'm probably dropping some win money as well.
Yeah. Very strong. Yeah.
Still within Mike Whitten's budget, by the way. He just proclaimed.
Yep. $4 left. There you go. Love it.
Not playing every race. Got to store them up and wait for these opportunities to strike.
Yeah.
I like this bet, though. I like it. It's very well thought out, very methodical.
Jackie Davis said to say hello, and then she picked up 3 mounts tonight. She's glad to be there.
Love it.
Yes. Yeah, Mike Cusano's onto something here, Tim. We better watch it with our love for the 8 because we might end up moving that line way down.
Yeah, can't do that.
They can't do that. We don't want that 6 to 5.
9 to 5. There we go.
Oh, we're getting there. It's below 2. The dreaded below 2.
Back to 2 to 1. There we go.
That's better. That's better. Someone out there's loving the 1 a little bit more.
Joe, I hope you're right, because if you hit that exacta, we hit the try.
Indeed. Let's get that hooked up.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the 8-3 exacta, the 8-3 exacta base 25, so we got to make a little bit with the try.
Yeah. Especially if we get something like the 4 or the 5 underneath.
Exactly.
I really like that 5.
And Gizmo,
well.
she will still be alive in her pick 3 if the 8 wins too. So that's a good good thing too.
Let's do that.
You want Gizmo to be alive for her pick 3.
Let's do it for her then.
Yeah.
Still holding it 2 to 1.
Uncle Sully, Model Ali. Only riding at 20% this year.
Good luck to Joe T mimicking the bet.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Alex. You see that a lot late in the meets to where trainers give up some of their horses to where they're trying to thin the barn.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're trying to do right now. There's only like 4 weeks left, guys. So that's why you're seeing these drops. That's why you're seeing they want to thin out their barns so that when they head out, they don't have to store these horses for the whole winter, you know? And that's
something I didn't even know. Yeah.
And it's crazy to see how many of them, the same horses, you'll see trainers come back and try to reclaim them back in the spring. They just don't want to feed them all winter.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they will do that too. They absolutely will do that.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe T, we don't want you to be homeless either. So good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't go outside of your means. Let's not be homeless because of a bet. Yeah.
Let's do it for Joe.
Let's do it for Joe. For Joe and Rizza. There we go.
There we go. Got it back here.
We're getting there, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing it right up here.
7th
Here we
on
go.
the program. They're all in. Lock. They stand well.
I'll be curious to see what these odds look like after they go off, too.
And back to the tail end is
they update
as they break. A very nice start, Dreaming of Audrey. Alberta Be Mine away sharply. They've gone out
The
in
1.
front.
Zoom.
Driving through nicely. Delphia to go up and pass them and take over. And it
8
is
to 5 for
Delphia
Dreaming of Audrey.
running out in the lead by 3/4. Alberta Be Mine. Over on the outside is Dreaming of Audrey. Seattle Causeway is over on the inside of Color
kind of challenge for the lead. I love where the 8 is positioned.
Last of all is Puy d'Avril. About
Like the
4.5
3-2.
covers the field as they head up the backstretch, and Delphia shows the way by about a length. Racing up on the inside, Seattle Causeway is pushing right through to share what is a line of 3. Going forward again, though, Dreaming of Audrey on the outside.
Love where the
in
8
center
is.
also Alberta Be
You
Mine.
do?
They race
Not
into
too
the
outside?
turn. And the pace has been fairly even for this leader. Delphia slips away a length and a half.
Love where
Dreaming of
the
Audrey
8
and
is.
Seattle Causeway
Alberta
sharing
Be Mine
second and
just slipped
third.
back.
Taylor Moon running
Oh,
on.
this is
and trying to
looking
get home
good.
on the inside is Puy d'Avril. Alberta Be Mine trying to re-rally his back third
Just got to
last.
get up there,
And
8.
2 lengths away. Last of all is Color Force, but
He'll be running
Delphia
in the stretch.
really
5
the
is right
wonder catch
behind.
here by
There's
2
the
lengths as
5.
they turn. Getting to work, Dreaming of
8.
Audrey. And
Come on,
they're out in
Fraser.
front
Get up
from
there.
on the
Come on,
outside.
Fraser.
Taylor Moon. Delphia still well clear by
Come on,
3 lengths
Fraser.
to Dreaming of Audrey.
Got up
Puy
there,
d'Avril
8.
goes to the inside, running on fairly, but out in front.
Come on,
Delphia
Fraser.
gathered up by 3.5. In second, Dreaming of Audrey, not making enough ground on this leader, and Delphia was long gone and has never really been troubled. An unpressured win, and Delphia goes on to score by 4 1/4. Second home, Dreaming of Audrey. Taylor Moon narrowly third. Alberta
That's why he puts Rafi back on his horses.
Back on the inside, Brill. The time is 1:23.65, and a big win to Delphia.
Darn.
First horse of the night that wins on the lead.
Yeah, yeah. Rafi stole that one right from the beginning.
I should have kept the bet. Sorry, Tim.
Dan H. Are you asking Dan what a torpedo, Anna? What's up for the winter? Is that Dan? Let me just know if that's torpedo Anna that you're asking for.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, because if that is torpedo Anna that you're asking for, or Canadian Anna.
No, our Canadian Anna.
Or Canadian Anna.
Is there a jockey or a trainer?
Do you mean Moira?
ASD.
Oh, SAD Anna. Oh, okay, yeah. No. They turn them all out. They don't run. Yeah, they don't run. Exactly. Yeah. I know who he's talking about. Anna Kazana. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Anna Kazana. Yeah, no, she doesn't run during the winter. They put her
third, and number 7.
They put her away, and then
so
she comes back for Assiniboia next year.
And 2, a half
So she gets a 6-month break.
3/4, 110, and
7-month vacation.
1:23.65. So the
back
unofficial
to
order is
Assiniboia
1,
when they
8,
open up.
5, 7.
Or as my
7.
friend Kurt likes to say, Anna Kazana. Exactly.
What great calls. I mean, anytime you listen to
great.
Assiniboia, it's so entertaining.
He's great.
So much energy, so much enthusiasm. Outstanding.
And look who came in third, Keve.
At 10-1. Yep.
Getting up there.
Yeah, I think even if I would have placed the bet that I was going to, it wouldn't have made that much.
Yeah. No.
Like this trifecta's not going to pay out a whole lot.
No.
We talked about the one that I hit earlier, paying
Yeah.
out much less than we hoped for this one.
Yeah. No, this was there's Norm. Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious if it even pays out 10 on
There's
50
a pattern
cents.
to Delphia's career, and that is a win, then an unplaced, then a win, and an unplaced. What a great win again tonight. So actually has...
El Hombre's really good at predicting. We used to joke about this whenever we watched a race. Okay, what's that trifecta going to play?
By Mucho Man.
Yeah.
Quality diamond.
And he was always really good at it.
Yeah. The real bettors know that they can show by the exacted pay and by the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was always a little bit closer than I was.
Yeah.
All right, what's it going to be once it becomes official? Oh, we got to update the bankroll too and take that 20 out.
Yeah. $38.50
on a $1. Okay, well, it paid more than I thought.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Thinking around
that actually
10.
didn't pay that bad. Yeah.
Not at all. 8. So that's
16.20. That actually 8. Wow, 16.20 for that exacta. That's really good.
Yeah. When it's a 2 over an 8 to 5, and on a $1 it paid 8. That's
right.
Better than
but
I
still,
expected.
that's pretty darn good. 3 to 1 on a dollar. You know,
it's the odds like that at Aqueduct today, and they pay out like 4 and 5. So, by comparison, all right. Sean, how many have you done? Have you done 2 or 1?
I've done 1.
Do you want to take the last one, and I can just give you inputs, and then I'll drop out?
Sure. Yeah. There you go.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Wait till Tim gets back first, though. We got time.
Sure.
But,
yeah. There's Tim. I'll take the last one and get us home.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
We were just saying how surprised we are at how high the trifecta and exactas are. I was seriously expecting that trifecta on 50 cents to be about 10. And it looks like it's.
I was expecting the exacta to be $10, like maybe $10 for 2, and it was 16.20
for 2. Yeah,
with those 2, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so we are. Well, let me do this before we get the last. Yeah. go. Go to the 8th race. Boom.
8th race.
There we go.
Dean. 2, 3.
All right. We are the last race of the night here. That is the 8th race. 5.5 furlongs, claiming 15,000 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. This is Tim's favorite angle here.
Bread and butter.
Yep, bread and butter.
I'm curious to see how these odds play out because
yes,
there's been a lot of shifting already, and I'm not sure it's going to stay that way.
Exactly. Yeah. this is an interesting race to say the least.
Yeah.
And quite often the horse that is the favorite in the first part is often not the favorite in the
right.
This is a wide open race.
Yeah, so this one 5.5, 39K purse, 39.9.
Yep. Yeah, Alex, exactly. Why didn't Rafi do that in the last race? Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
$6 bet, 345 win. We've all been there. We've all been there.
there.
You got to convince yourself you're just happy getting something back.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are rough. But it's better than a loss. So
yes, absolutely.
Oh, let me take out 20 from the bankroll there.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yep. So 80, 75.
Oh, you did. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to get it right back.
Yeah, let's close out with a win, guys. All right. I will go through and talk first. It's interesting. I've got 3 horses here that I'm looking at that I'm not sure. Like I'm looking at different angles and picking each one first for different reasons. So they're all very close in my mind.
Yeah.
I will start with the horse that. Yeah. Okay. I'll start with the 5 at 5-1, opened at 10-1. I'll say that is my top horse here.
Okay.
So what I like about this horse, we're going 5.5 furlongs. It's a little bit dangerous for me to pick a horse like this because it is a deep closer, but this is also a deep closing night.
Yes.
So this is a night where a lot of closers are getting up there past anyone who's setting the pace. In 7 races, this horse has finished in the money 4 times with a win once. I do have it as having the second best or most recent race. I've also got this horse as having a huge improvement over the last couple races, which is a nice positive thing to see. Keva Nichols. Robert Tiller being the trainer here. Yeah, so I got this horse as my number 1 pick. And in terms of rating his best win, I've got it as an 18.62, which is the highest by about 2 points. So there's that. Next up, I'm going with the 4. 4 I have is having the biggest class drop. The average class rating over the last 5 races is 80K, and we're currently in a 39K race, so more than doubles the purse money here. This is another horse that's going to sit further back, doesn't have as big a closing numbers as the horse that I just mentioned, the 5, but is going to sit a little bit closer to the pace and does have, I would say, much the better speed figures. 1 win in 10 races, 4 in the money finishes. Justin Stein
Yeah.
is the jockey in this one. And then currently at 5-2, the 9. So these 3 horses I've got very close together. Jockey trainer sire combination here on this horse, Leo Salas, Pat Parente, and Klimt being the sire here. Also another horse, I've got 3 horses that sit pretty far off the pace. This one very close to the 4 in terms of speed figures for the park, the distance, and for the surface. 1 win, 2 times in the money, which you'd like to see a little bit more, but hey, it's got a good pedigree. That's my top 3 there. 5, 4, 9. If I was to pull out my my 4th horse here, I am going to go with a horse that is, let's see, in 4 races, shows us getting closer to the pace, had the best last race, currently getting 7-1 on, and that is the 1 Secret Butterfly. Horse that's going to be sitting close to the pace, has been fading, but also has been improving. 48 seconds, 4 furlong workout recently. And we got Ryan Munger in the saddle on that one. So there you go. If I'm going to say it in order, 5, 4, 9, and for a little bit of sweetener, the 1.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you.
Excellent. Tim?
I'm going to give you a long shot pick of the night.
All right.
So in these non-winners of 2 races, I like to look at who had the absolute best maiden win. There's only one horse in the field that had the maiden win at a maiden special weight level, and it was at a sprint, and that is the 7 horse Thirsty Accountant, getting Jackie Davis up. For Paul McEntee, horse that has been training well at Keeneland and everything. And I just think that they didn't bring this horse in here to lose. Okay, so I'm going to take a shot, and I'm a little surprised that the horse is kind of holding at 7-2. I thought the horse we're going to get a better price because we got horses in here that a lot of people are probably going to bet. I love that the 9 is a 3-1 favorite because the 9 is a total fade for me. I don't have the 9 finishing on the board.
Wow.
And here's why. Here's why. The 9's been off since June. What's the workout pattern? I mean, was working in October and then missed 2 weeks. And then came back and has worked a couple of times. So I don't like seeing that first time coming off a layoff and everything. So miss some work in there. And I'm gonna pass on the 9 here. So after the 7 on top, I like the 8. The 8 is another one getting Adams up. Adams has had a great night here, and this is a horse that is another horse that has a really good maiden win at a maiden level that I think puts the horse right in here. And here's the best thing of all: this horse goes from Keve Nichols to Adams. Huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. I love that. And then I do. You were talking about the 1 horse. I do like the 1 in here, and I getting Ryan Munger on board. This is a horse who just had a workout, a really decent bullet workout here. So the thing about the 1 that could be a little sneaky is this 1 might wire this field. So, I mean, 5.5 furlong, it looks like Speed's doing a little bit better last couple of races. And this is a horse that I think might get out front in this race and hasn't run a sprint, has been sprinting, has been racing a little bit longer here. So hasn't sprinted at 5.5, should I say. So I think that this horse might just get out in front and not look back and could wire the field. But I'm going to give you 7-8-1, which is like totally out of left field. But looking at the odds board, it's really not.
I had the 3 as being the pace setter in this one, and I had it by a significant amount being the pace setter. But having said that, the last race out, the 1 was the pace setter. So maybe, and not right, it was the 4th race. So it's a horse that's still figuring it out. So you might be onto something there. Maybe the 1 is going to pull it out. But I do have the 3 as the pace setter. Wow, we were very different on that one, Tim.
Yeah. And here's one thing I look at when I'm looking at speed. The 3 shows a lot of speed, but the longer you go, the speed is slower, right? So
of course,
obviously, right? We all understand that. But so when I looked at this, I'm like, okay, let me see the 5.5 furlong races for the 3. Look at the 5.5 furlong races. This horse has had 3 of them. None of them have been a 1 out front. The ones are when the horse goes longer.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the 3 could be
Okay.
up there. I think the 3 could be up there, but I think the 1 is a little bit more speed.
Interesting. Okay.
Wide open race.
It is. But that's why I'm taking a swing with the 7. I think
Yeah.
the 7 might be the horse here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up because I got to get to things. I am
All
going
right.
to be
Brett,
watching
always
from my
thank you
phone.
for joining us as always, Formula.
Hey, thanks for having me here, guys. I really
Good hit
enjoy
tonight.
this every night. What's that, Tim?
Good hit tonight.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very good hit, my friend. Yeah, yeah.
I know Sean's going to bring us home, so good
All
luck to
right.
you boys. I'll be watching the win on YouTube, so have a good
Love
one.
it.
And we're
Stay
up
out
to
of the snow.
324, by the way. 324 people.
Yep.
Hit that
Thank
like
you,
button, guys.
everybody. Yep.
Gotta love it. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay, Tim.
I know it's crazy. I'm swinging for the fences a little bit here, but I think this is a race for it. And they just showed the 7. I think the 7 looks really good here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Jackie. Yep. Looks. Yep. And she didn't come up to lose. Yep.
What'd you like here, Sean?
Yeah, I was with you on the 7. You know, Paul McEntee's not usually a synthetic person, but I think he's looking to get this horse a win. You know, and he's just been running against flat out better. You know, than this group has. You know, and
Right.
you know, I'm trying to see here.
You know, the interesting thing was, Sean, on the 7, as I was looking, and I totally agree with you. The 7 obviously doesn't have a lot of synthetic races and really doesn't have any wins, but the speed figures put the 7 above everybody but the 4.
Yeah, right. Is that
on synthetic?
Yeah. Todd said it's a nonsensical horse. There's Elisa. Be interesting to see how this plays out. We'll have to see how the horses look on the track. A lot of 9 players right now. Interesting. Wide open race. The 4 now down to 7-2.
Yeah, and you know, I totally get it. I see the 9, I see the 9 on paper, but it's just based on the things that I see. It's just a play against for me. I don't like the 9 missing a workout. Coming off a layoff.
Yeah, definitely is not running a while. Is that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the workouts, yeah, nice October workout at Woodbine, but yeah, not now. Definitely likes the main track over the train track. Pat Parenti is known as the comeback trainer off a layoff. Interesting. Okay. Let me see here. 4, 7, 9, 7. Interesting.
You know, this is another one of those horses, Sean, that is going back and forth between Woodbine and Gulfstream. Now, the win did come on Woodbine, but other than the win, the better races seem to have been on Gulfstream instead of
Woodbine.
I know.
Yeah. This is a tough group here. Let's see how this horse fits in here. As Austin tries to take this horse back. The mystery horse here for me is the 8, for Philip Hall, because I don't know what, does he try to take this horse back? I mean, the back class races, he's right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I had it rated as the second best maiden win, and I put the horse second as a result.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying,
The mystery horse to me, Sean, one that I kept looking at and trying to find an angle, and it's one of those to where you're like, why do I keep looking at this horse? And what keeps bringing me back is the 3.
Yeah, Moe Manette, yeah.
20 races, so it's hard to like the horse, but you just keep coming back. And I kept looking, and race, the horse just broke the maiden two back. So in her 19th lifetime race, breaks her maiden.
Yeah. This is just one of those races where you're like, oh boy.
7 looks really good. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks very good.
And you can say what you want about the 7. The 7 is second on the odds board right now.
Yeah.
Tom, the only thing I was saying is it looked like they're coming off a layoff, and it looked like they miss at least one work.
Yeah.
In between October and November, they missed at least a week, if not 2 works.
Parenti is known though up there as the comeback trainer, so he's kind of like the trying to give an example there of a trainer who's right off the layoffs, up there.
But you can tell it's a wide open race, Sean. The lukewarm favorite at 3-1.
Oh, absolutely.
And when the crazy thing is, as we talk about a lot about how if you catch it, it'll pay. The lowest exact on the board's a 9-4 at $33 for $2.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay.
The one's another one that looks really good here. And I still think this is the speed horse. And from the inside, this horse just might get out front and just run away from them at 8-1.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah. Six 64. Let's see. Hey Anna, how are you? Anna, this is a tough bet. All right, and we're at 80 right now. Waiting for a little bit of late money here just to see.
Favoritism just jumped from the 9 to the 4.
Yeah. Okay. Paul's asking, he's a big bet on the 7. Should I do an exacta or try as the backup?
I think the try is tough here, Paul.
Yeah, I'd do an exacta.
This race is so wide open. I literally could see any of these horses finishing on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make a case for anybody here, but I still think this 7 looks good and has a legitimate shot here.
Yeah. Yeah.
1 minute, Sean.
Okay. The bet is in. I'm going to do a $2 exacta key, or should I do, I don't do 4. I'm going to do 7, all 7. Justin Stein hasn't been around much all night, so I'm hoping he's a little cold on the having not been around,
I like it. So we're swinging for the fences here, $28 each way, 56 total, but I think we got a legitimate shot here at a price.
Yeah. Bring it right up for us here.
Load them up. Let's go.
Yep, there we go. Get the picture up here. There we go. Bring it back up.
2 to 1 now for
Miss
Undine
Jackie
Lady
D. Davis.
is the favourite for the races. Beaumont Drive and Kevin Nichols go in, and Sky Chanet's is next with Crimson Knights. Just behind the start, Crimson Knights. Meantime, Beaumont Drive is settling.
The rating party is boarding the aircraft.
Now it is Jackie Davis on Thirsty Accountant to gate 7. Paul McKenty Barn as they move up, and 5 to 1 in the betting has been.
Let's go, Jackie.
Safe here, Thirsty Accountant.
Yep.
Shameless Affair also at 5 to 1. Talking Wonders is at 4 to 1 for Kowloon Tong Racing Stable. The last 2 move up. Shameless Affair and Austin Adams with the start of the day.
Mr. Triple
3 in a
Crown.
row.
James White, good
Is
luck,
here
my
on
friend.
Shameless Affair into gate 8. Talking Wonders moves up for Leo Sellers. Stand by for a start. Off they race, a great start, and going out in front, it is Crimson Knights who burst to the lead from Shameless Affair. Driving for the lead is Secret Butterfly, and coming up on the outside is Thirsty Accountant, and they go out in front. Secret Butterfly, 3 parts, Thirsty Accountant second, 2 to Crimson Knights, rim up the inside, Ondine Lady. A length Shameless Affair, behind them Talking Wonders on the inside, Moet Monet, and last is Beaumont Drive. 7 lengths covers the field, and Secret Butterfly giving out in front by a length. In second place in closing ground is Thirsty Accountant and is ranged up to
Come on,
level.
Jackie.
About a length and a half away is Crimson Knights on the outside, and coming up around the field quickly now is Talking Wonders letting loose. On the inside, Ondine Lady waits for a run.
Come on,
Shameless
girlfriend.
Affair, the center from
Come on, girl.
Beaumont Drive.
Come on,
Thirsty
Jackie.
Accountant turns in
Come
front.
on, girl.
Thirsty Accountant taken
Come on,
off.
Jackie.
Coming is Crimson
Come on,
Knights.
Jackie.
Ondine Lady
Keep her
switching course
going.
behind
Come on,
Secret
Jackie.
Butterfly.
Come
Then
on,
Shameless
Jackie.
Affair and Talking
Keep her
Wonders.
in
Crimson
second.
Knights
Come
and
on,
Thirsty
Jackie.
Accountant battle it out.
Come on, battle
Thirsty
back.
Accountant fighting
Battle
back.
back.
Crimson
Come
Knights
on,
narrowly in
Jackie.
front of Thirsty
Get back
Accountant.
up, Jackie.
Crimson
Come on,
Knights
girl.
finding
Come on,
plenty.
girl.
And down to the wire. Crimson Knights the winner from Thirsty
Only
Accountant.
winners in the
Third placing
lounge.
Shameless Affair.
Boom.
Fourth
Look
on
at
the
that.
Only
fifth
winners in the
Secret
lounge.
Butterfly.
We crushed that.
5.02.
Longest shot on the board on top, Sean, and we got the exacta.
Yep. Beautiful.
Hail to the Yale.
Hell to the yeah. Great job by Jackie.
Love it.
Boom.
That's how we finish, people.
That's how we do it here in the lounge.
Nonsensical, Todd. Nonsensical, my friend.
Nonsensical. Yep. Jackie didn't come up for peanuts, folks. She didn't come up for peanuts and ice cream.
So let's see. 6, 7 exacta, Sean. the 6-7 is only paying $261.10.
The unofficial result, the winner is 6 Crimson Knights over 7 Thirsty Accountant, 8 Shameless Affair, a
Hello.
6, 7, 8 in racebook order, and we
Only
await
winners in
fourth
the
and fifth, the opening
lounge.
quarter.
And I have to
23
point
and
out
1
another
half a
one here,
mile,
right here.
46 and 2.
Yep,
58
Manny.
and 2.
Great
Number
job,
5 8,
Manuel.
Time 1-5.
Great win.
0.02,
16 to 1, Sky
unofficial
Chanette.
6, 7, 8, and a photo.
That's why in a second I was rooting for Jackie, but I just wanted her to stay in second.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we like the 6 on top better.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
As long as
saying.
she was
Exactly.
there.
Yeah. Good job, Kyle. Great job, Kyle. Thanks,
Nice.
Dan.
Big hit. Big hit, Kyle, because he's got the exact $4 win place on the 6. Hell yeah.
Fourth place has
Yeah.
gone to 4 Ondine Lady. And number 1, Secret Butterfly 5th, 6, 7, 8, 4, 1.
Justin hadn't ridden all night, and I knew he was going to be a little cold, you know?
And here's the other thing. I'm just going to point this out, Sean, and I don't like when horses off a layoff miss workouts. And the 9 nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Paul, you would have done great, my friend. Great for Sky Chanette. Now where's Grandma? Oh man, Sky Chanette and Jackie. Lady, exacta. Oh, I wish Grandma was here. She would have cleaned house on this
on the board for this Bay filly, 4 years of age. The 4-year-old filly is by Super Speedy from Sweet Crimson and was bred by John Carey and Archie Lee in Ontario. Lynn Mac Farms, winning owners, and David Cody is the winning trainer. Final race winning rider, Sky Chanette.
Sky Chanette. Great ride by Jackie. Thanks, Kyle. Way to go out in the winter, my friend. There's David Cody. Yeah, there will not be a lounge next week because of Thanksgiving.
6 Crimson Knights has paid $34.80.
Oh, hold off on that. We'll have to see on that one. I shouldn't say that yet because Canada doesn't care. They don't have Thanksgiving.
261.10.
But we will see.
Trifecta 6, 7, 8, 412.75.
Yeah, and let's see what our exacta paid there, huh?
So that was a $28 wager, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And we got 260. Finished in the night of winter. We love it in the lounge. Yes, we did, Joe. As always, coming in through that at the end there. Well, last week was tough, but yep. No, we're right back in our winning ways. Yep. I hope our Stephanie had that one.
All right, here's the final tally. Started out with $100 and we finished with a bankroll of $313.85.
Only winners in the lounge.
Not a bad.
Mikey Whitten. Okay, see. Mikey Whitten walked away with 13 with a $20 budget. Hey, man. And he's adding that to the Turfway Fund. Exactly. So good job, Mikey. Anybody who's going to opening night, Mike Whitten will be sitting in the owner's lounge box, everything. You know, he'll be signing autographs, you know. He's in big now with Little Red Feather, you know. So, oh, good. Oh, no, Joe. Oh, that's not good. Good job, Paul Nolan.
Wow, good job, Paul.
Great job. And thank you to everybody. 327 people tonight. Formula, thank you so much for joining us. Just everybody right up the way. Joe T. I'm going to go up the right. Alex, Kyle, Manny, Bob Jackson. Thank you. James White. Thank you for joining us. Danny H. Vince Watson. Thank you very much, my friend. Mike Witten, Gizmo. Thank you as always, my dear. For exactly. Now, if we don't know yet, so I don't want to say this yet. We're gonna have to see how programming is going and everything, because it's hard because it's Thanksgiving, but in Canada there is no Thanksgiving, so they still run. But we'll have to see what's going on with the family. But if I don't see you, all you awesome people, we are tremendously thankful for all of you who tune in, week out. Let us know who you like and everything. And if especially on Thanksgiving, we are tremendously thankful for all of you guys who make this show, especially for Tim and I, so much fun to come on every week. Because our opinions count, but yours are just as much important, and sometimes help us formulate our picks just as So exactly. So if I do see you next week, we will say. But if not, have a fabulous Thanksgiving, safe travels. Anyone who's on the road this week, and we look forward to either seeing you next week or definitely in a couple of weeks. And thank you again. Have a great night, everybody.